Hi, this is Christy with Guidepost to Wellness. Welcome back for you return viewers, and welcome to anybody that's new to my channel. This channel talks about anything and everything that has to do with wellness, and one of the things that I just recently did was a circle of life exercise, because everything in our life affects our wellness. It's not just about what we eat or how much exercising we do. There's something called primary foods, which are all the other areas of our life, which can be financial success, it can be creativity, spirituality, it can be all these different areas. So I went through and did an exercise on evaluating without judgment, with love, just taking a look at life to see where to set your focus for the next few months. So I'm going to use the example of creativity is an area that I am going to focus on for the next few months. So identifying the areas is the first step. The second step is setting some intentions, and then the third step, which will be a future video, will be about setting some specific goals. So you're probably wondering, what's the difference between goals and intentions? Well, there's a big difference, and if you have one without the other, you're not going to have the full success that you could have. So I want you to just kind of listen to this and see if any of this kind of resonates with you, and we'll talk about how to apply this, for example, with the creativity. So one of the differences is that goals are focused on things that you're going to be doing in the future or towards a future type of long-term goal. And we're going to talk about goals as actions, which I think is very important. But nonetheless, goals are something that you are identifying an area that you want to change, something that you want to be different, something that you don't have right now that you're working towards. The difference with an intention is the intention is how you are in the present moment. So your intention is geared based off of how you want to live every day. It's based on your personal values. So goals also focus on external types of things that you're going to be doing, external actions, where intentions are more about your relationship with yourself and others and about those non-tangible types of things. So if we have goals without intentions, we can find that we may be focused more outside of ourselves and focused on things that we're going to do. And then if we don't meet that goal, it could lead to the possibility of thinking of ourselves as a failure or passing a judgment or something of that nature on ourselves. And if our goals are not set up properly, then we may not be successful. And then again, that's going to negatively impact our emotional states. But on the flip side, if we just have the intention without any action, without any goals of actions, then it's just positive thoughts, and we're just going to sit here and wait for our bank account to grow. We're going to sit here and wait for ourselves to get healthier and wait for ourselves to get more creative, but without the action, we're not going to get the results that we are just with the intention. So that's why it's important to have both. So when I'm thinking about creating an intention for being creative, this can be or sound very similar to an affirmation, and this could be something that I want to include with my morning habits, or I might want to habit stack and create a new habit of setting my daily intentions. So something that I would do for being creative and having that affirmation and that intention is to say that I am a creative person, and to own that creativity and to set the intention of being creative in my daily practice. So that's the intent, that's the value, that's the way I want to feel and I want to approach my day. But again, if I don't take the next step, which I'm going to do in the video that's coming up next week about setting some specific goals that are going to lead me towards that outcome that I'm looking for, then I'm not going to get nearly as far. So it's really important to recognize that. And some things that you can do to help solidify the intentions, and this goes well with starting the day in a positive way, those morning habits that I mentioned, is by doing your intentions first thing in the morning. And make the intention full circle and not just a thought in your mind. But by writing down intentions and by speaking them out loud, we actually are using various parts of our brain, and it actually creates new connections, and it's far more powerful. So when we're thinking with one part of our brain, that's one thing. But when we say it out loud, we're also hearing it, which is using the auditory part of our brain. But when we say it, that also helps us visualize in our minds either the action or the outcome. So that's using yet another part of the brain. So the more parts of the brain that I can use to set my intention other than just thinking the thought in my head, that can help make the intention more powerful. The other thing about setting intentions, and creativity may not be the best example of an intention, but perhaps maybe an intention to have a calm, peaceful day, to have a patient day, whatever areas that you're working on and you're setting your intention for that, is it helps you also be proactive and set the tone and the emphasis that you're going to have for the day, so that you are responding to things with your values, with your intentions, rather than reacting to them emotionally. So you see how that can kind of help set the tone and empower you to take action by having that intention? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Do you set intentions? Have you ever set intentions before? Do you find that they work, that they don't work? I'd love to hear your feedback in this series on looking at the circle of life and areas to work on, setting intentions, and then the goal setting as well. Because this can apply to every area of your life, whether it's physical, spiritual, financial, any of the areas that you want to focus on in your circle of life. So I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your thoughts down below, and definitely share this video with anybody that you think might get a little bit of information out of it. I look forward to hearing from you all. Take care and be well.